Okay. Um. Hello. Today I want to talk about. I just want to have a reiteration of what I learned on stencil buffer, stencil testing. Just think of stencil testing as when you are working with Photoshop and you fill it with a color, either black or white, to show something. It's similar to that, not necessarily exactly that, but similar concept. So when you have, we're talking about stencil buffer now. Stencil buffer is something that works on fragments. So let me just explain what I mean by that. Fragments are the things you render in OpenGL. So basically, this box, the two boxes you have here, and this floor that you have here, those are they worked on fragment technology. Okay, so the thing that OpenGL does now with the stencil is it shows some things, it doesn't show some things. So you can tell it to show, you can tell it to not show. So that's basically the way it works. So the first thing is stencil buffer work with depth tests, depth buffer. So first of all, you need to make sure you have your depth test enabled and your depth function enabled. Then the next thing is you have to make sure you have your GS tends to test on, then GS tends to function set to not equal to 1. Okay, so those are like the basic stuff you have to do. So what this one does when it's not equal to 1 is the way it works is let me just open it. So let me say this is our render video. When you do GL mask, it's basically, so let me go back. So when you do things like GL mask 00, what it does is basically fill your buffer with 0. So where is the fill? Like so you have all black. So basically you are not writing anything to the stencil. Then when you do stencil H0, when you do this one, which is 0sff, it's on its back. So basically it's just filling it with white. Okay, why is this one not clicking? It fills it with white actually. I'm wondering why this is not responding. Oh, it's weird. So it fills it white. Let me not waste too much time on this. So it fills it with white and you can see what you are doing. So again, this is just me trying to get a grip of what I'm learning. I'm still in the process. I might still make a video in the future to properly you know properly describe what this is, but this is me just trying to make a video just to describe what I learned. So from what I learned from this GL not equal to, let me go back to the main one. So the first thing is say draw a floor as normal. So what I mean by floor is this guy, this floor here, the white one here, that's our floor. So what this one does is it excludes the floor from the stencil. So if I do this, let me see what happens. Nothing significant happen unless we make some drastic change. So but what it does is just you didn't add our floor to the mark. So anything we draw onwards there, it will not add it to the stencil buffer. So which is this rectangle object. Now the next one now is the first render pass object is normal. As normal. So writing the stencil buffer, I do stencil buffer. So we are doing DL stencil buffer always. So basically anything we do here now will be written to the stencil buffer. So to just create a kind of mask. So to store everything here as ones basically. So you can see GS stencil marks 1. So all this the two cubes, this is the first cube, this is the second cube. So to store them as buffer, as what do you call it, Let me just off this guy for now. No, off this guy for now. So there is no outline. So what it just does there for now is it stores them as a stencil buffer, basically storing this fragment information inside a container. Okay, so from vertex to fragment, storing those fragment information inside a container, otherwise known as stencil buffer, a stencil container. Okay, so so that's basically that overall level. So now the next phase we want to now do is we want to draw another cube, but this time around we are going to exclude the part that is not showing. So basically what it means is anytime we disable this yet test now, it sets an overlapping part to 0, right? So now it's saying when is not equals to 1, that is when this one, which is 1, is covering this part of this, which is 0, don't do anything there. So it always renders those parts that are not covered, basically. Well, that's what my understanding for now. So what it does is, you can see this is a scale version of this, so you can scale it a little bit bigger. So if I do 2.2, so you can see it's a little bit bigger. So it's still the same cube scaled up, but what differs the most is the fact that this the part that the cube with the texture is showing is not rendered to the stencil. So basically it's just the outline part that is being rendered. So that's basically it on the stencil buffer, and thank you.